Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. So, Brother Azam put this in the group chat. It's this title. This person's called Helena Kelly for the Daily Mail, and this is posted in 12th of July, 2022. Okay. Ooh, and it updated today at 13th July actually. Now it says, would you implant a tiny debit card chip in your hand?
Nope.
Hell nah. I don't want to up. I do not do such a thing. I'm sure I can speak for Brother Razan. Hell nah. So as it reads here, forget fingerprint or facial recognition. No, certainly forget it. Biometric payment is being touted as the future, and we looked at this word. Two goes into tit, which go into nipple and pap, however way it was pronounced or something like that. So basically, when you look into it, it goes into also yeah. Go ahead, brother. I should just put it up if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Well, pull it on screen. I'll read it.
Yeah, read it
myself.
What about it?
This is to verb 1700 thieves can't. To act as a lookout, spy on, from Middle English tutum, to peep, peer, probably a variant of Old English totian, to stick out, peep, peer, Proto-Germanic tut, project, source also of Dutch, tuit, sprout, snout, Middle Dutch, toot, nipple, pap, Middle Low German, toot, horn, funnel, Old Norse, tota, teat, tovashu, the sense developed to look out for jobs. Then it says praise highly in an attempt to sell, and that's the use they're trying to use. They're trying to praise it highly in an attempt to sell you a dream and make you sell your soul for the charagma.
Alright, so I read against it. Would you implant a tiny debit card chip in your hand? Nope. Forget fingerprint or facial recognition. Biometric payment is being touted as the future. Okay, and it's definitely a future that's coming for this kingdom, but it's not going to be the future, as they say. Biometrics is the future. So it goes to these little bullet points here. Walletmore claims to be the first.
Do you remember them?
No.
They're like a major company pushing that out as well.
Okay.
I'll go on the website actually.
So it says Walletmore claims to be the first company to sell contactless bank card chips. Okay. The procedure to fit one leaves customers with a small stitch below the wrist. Once the chip is in, users no longer have to bother with debit or credit cards. Why is it? How fucking hard is it to keep a just fucking shitty little card? Fucking hell, man. Okay,
so we're good to pull up this website just briefly.
Pull up?
Yeah, just so to show them what it's all about.
Should I put it in the group chat?
No, I'm saying pause it.
Alright, so this is the website Walletmore. So it says, get your Walletmore implant now. 200 euros, add to cart. The fuck? World's first. I didn't even see this, you know. What? This is world's first entirely safe implant, which you can use for contactless payments at any time, everywhere. Forget about the cash, card, and smart pay solutions. Just forget about it, yo. Since now you can pay directly with your hand. Get your Walletmore payment implant now and make a step into the future.
Another one I just thought it was, did any of you brothers see Amazon Go?
Amazon Go.
It was like you don't necessarily pay with an implant, but you pay with your hand. So you're getting people used to scanning their hand. You know, what do you call it? Gradualism as well.
Yeah.
Putting a frog from, you know, a simmering water, and then normal water, you sort of simmer it. Then you turn it up to a boil. He's cool. You know, he's cooking from the inside out. But if you drop him in from cold water into hot water, he's jumping out. But I don't want that shit. Yeah, but people are getting more accustomed to it, so they're gonna accept it when it comes.
Just the concept of biometrics in general. Like, you know, they'll talk about how in the UK supermarkets you're gonna they at least have this desire for you to pay by smiling at something or waving your hand or whatever the fuck. Okay, so as it reads here. Payments anytime, everywhere. Forget about the cash card, the smart pay solutions. Since now you can pay directly with your hand, get your Walletmore payment implant now and make a step into the future. What you should do after the purchase, step one, just all this stuff. I don't think this even matters really. Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's just
This
a
part
brief look
does.
at it is just to...
This part, step 3 though, straight there. Arrange the installation with a specialist. Look how happy this doctor is with his shitty uniform, and look at him. He's so ready to fucking install shit. You can get your implant installed in the medical aesthetics clinic. So set up an appointment with your local specialist. And oh, here it is, right here. Okay, so there's a chip there, antenna there, biopolymer there, and FC chip is like a computer's hard drive. Yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. So back here, it reads the procedure to fit one leaves customers with a small stitch below the wrist. All right, which means what? It means that they've been cut open. There's a cutting, there's an engraving involved, an incision. To make a purchase, they can simply wave their hand over a contactless reader. Right. Yeah, man. Ooh, on networking website, LinkedIn entrepreneur Wojtek Paprota calls himself a transhumanism believer. Alright, I'm sure you know, a lot of you, but just in case you don't, transhumanism goes into basically the concept of people putting technology within your body, basically mixing human and technology. Alright, like the likeness of a Terminator or some shit like that. Even though Terminator was a full-on weird robot thing, but you know what I mean. Well, really, he actually, like in the movie, they say he had. Hey, you know what? There you go. That's another form of desensitizing you to the idea, you know, because he was a super tough, incredible to stop. Like that's how they're gonna also push it. Like you're gonna be incredible, like incredible soldiers, super soldiers, because you're gonna be.
Jim with him.
Yeah. That's exactly French. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking of.
Yeah, I think Babylon as well did it. Was it French? I can't remember. It's been a long time since looking at it, but.
Well, I think it was around.
That it's there in any, you know, allied state, because they're not allied in the end. You know, we're aware of that pursuant to Revelation 17. Toward the latter end, you know, it talks about how the fire is going to be shot from the 10 horns, the EU nations on Babylon the Great. But the fact that then the Roman system even has any countries that are doing that, you know, it shows you what the agenda is, man.
Yep. And just clarify, you know, 2012 at least, I believe, there was a soldier that came up. To the GMS LA Ash brothers, the Northern Kingdom brothers. Yeah, man. They were telling, you know, because they were speaking to him about, you know, the chip. And what did he say? He said soldiers were getting them. Soldiers were getting more than one, getting in different places. They were getting. They were basically, yeah, man, trying to terminate. Like some parts of them are flesh, some parts of them are fucking iron and all types of shit.
Iron Man. That's another one.
Ooh. Yeah, because it wasn't literally in him. That weird thing. It was inside his chest.
I can't remember that, but the whole merging of technology and him.
I think so. Was that thing in the literally in his chest? That weird thing, Iron Man.
Pacemaker.
I don't recall.
Either way, you know, it's cool. So he's referring to a radical but growing movement that wants humans to use technology to evolve beyond their physical limitations. So says that's again.
His God complex, man.
And like they're pushing out. You know, you're going to become like a super undefeatable, super fast, super quick, super reaction time type of soldier kind of thing. Now the British Polish businessman is founder of Walletmore, which claims to be the first company in the world to sell contactless bank card chips that can be implanted into humans. The procedure is simple. If bloody and leaves customer with a small stitch below the wrist. Alright, so again, he's getting cut open, he's getting an incision. Let's get to this word.
And that's a literal incision.
Let's get this word right quick. Revelation. Oh, you got a script?
Yeah, can.
Bring it up.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
So let's get to the word sober real quick. This word is actually the word nepho, which means to be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit. All right, to be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect. All right. So you're circumspect. Actually, someone we actually brought at camp. Goes into circle, circumspect. I should say rather. So the circumference actually is what we're going to circumspect. And then, you know, inspecting circular, basically, you're looking all the way around 360.
Spectacles, spectating.
Yeah. And discreet, sober, and whatnot. So that's why it goes into being sober. And also, you basically, it goes into basically just being aware, man. So you gotta be aware, okay? To be vigilant. This word is Gregorio, which reminds me of Gregory. Gregorio, to watch, give strict attention to, be cautious, active. There you go. Take heed, lest through remission and indolence, some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. It's actually part of the outline biblical usage.
Gregory, masculine proper name, popular in England and Scotland by mid-12th century. Pope Gregory I sent the men who converted the English to Christianity. Nativization of late Latin Gregorius, literally wakeful. From Greek Gregorius, Gregoros, to be watchful.
What?
Because names have meanings, People just go around, I'll call him Ben. I'll call him Harold. What does Ben mean?
Son.
What does Harold mean?
No idea. Herald? A herald?
Yeah, good. So a prophet, basically. Prophet.
No way. yeah. First Peter 5 verse 8 again. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, who's adverse to us, the devil, Diablo, which means deceiver, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Come on, water. Let's get back to thing. Where we at? Yeah, cool. So, let's get right to it. It goes, so once the chip is in, users no longer have to bother with, again, this is the whole fucking thing about, you don't have to bother with this very not that fucking inconvenient thing called a debit or credit card. And we're not pushing like it's good either. We know all this concept is bullshit. It's not real currency. But what we're saying is,
it's not good, but it's better than a fucking charagma.
Right, of course, it's infinitely better. But the whole point is like
two evils.
Yeah, and the point is like this whole concept of saying it's such a cumbersome thing to do. It fucking isn't, man. The fuck is this? So as it means, once the chip is in, users no longer have to bother with debit or credit cards to make a purchase. They can wave their hand over a contactless reader. It might sound like a dystopian fantasy, and this is what they do as well. They always throw these little words to like make it might sound absolutely fucking outrageous, but it's not. Yeah, stuff like that. All right, and dystopian, that basically like stuff like George Orwell. I can get it. All right.
This is Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Right? And having articles such as that being pushed out, we know that salvation is close, because all roads lead to the MOTB. All right, and that's one of the major prophecies before the return of our Lord Yahawashi. And the condition in the public, the people, to get used to this sort of technology, because already we live in a society where contactless payments are the norm.
Also predominant, or also recommended, like credit cards are recommended by people, even people with so-called, who are considered, like high-value men, those manosphere dudes. Even I watched a video where Myron said, he recommends you use your credit card or whatever. Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I left my house thinking, let me make sure I've got cash on me. You just sort of think, I'll just get it.
Got your card,
cash point, or I'll contact, or tap it.
Convenient,
There it is.
Yeah.
But people are gonna go that extra mile to say, go on.
No, I was just laughing, thinking, it's convenient, but to these idiots it ain't, allegedly. So again, dystopia, imaginary bad place, okay, 1952, from dis, meaning bad, or abnormal, plus ending abstracted from utopia, right? Because utopia is going into, contrary, literally.
Just like euangelistes, the EU there means good in it.
Oh, okay. The one. Yeah.
Angelistes.
Oh, it's no, actually. Because it's not an EU. That's why I wouldn't have guessed it. It's just a U. That's why it says Greek which means not. Not topos means place, or not place.
Not place. Okay, my mistake.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I can see why though. I can see why they did that. Because if it wasn't spelled EU, I would have thought that.
Not place.
Yeah.
What does it even mean?
That's what I was thinking.
A not place, an imaginary place, I guess.
Yeah, man. See, hey, man. Sometimes we
on the job.
Yeah, man. So again, dystopia, noun, imaginary bad place. So dis meaning bad, abnormal, and then ending abstracted from utopia, which goes into not place. So bad, not a place. So basically, it's a place that's not really a place, imaginary, not. But the thing is, this shit's happening in the world now. That, like, as in, this is actually happening. Therefore, when it says stuff like, once the chip is in, users no longer have to bother with debit or credit cards to make a purchase. They could hand over coins. It might sound like a dystopian fantasy. So it might sound like a not, not a real place, bad, not real place society. But if you notice, it does sound like that. It does sound fucking ridiculous. All right, it's ridiculous.
Ridicule.
And it says, but Walletmore is evidence of how quickly the payment industry is progressing. This is what they call progress in this world, man. And progress is always stupid shit in this world, pretty much.
Progressive politics now is, men can be women.
Yep.
We don't want to say too much on it because they'll clip the channel, but you know what we mean, man. That whole progressive movement.
And as it reads, oh, forgive me, that's my spell here. From chip implants to facial recognition software, on your mobile, this new technology is aiming to consign cash and bank cards to the history books.
And that's it. They can track every single movement, not every single movement, but every single purchase you make. So they can track your movements, but they can track, well, we gave him this much money, this much went on this much went on that. And it is having complete control. Even if you're not able to control where the person spends the money, having the data to analyze, well, this person spent it on this was, it's useful to them. She belongs to the elites.
Yeah, you take the haragma, you certainly do belong to them. That's exactly why the brother's talking about. That's exactly why they want all this stuff, man. You're gonna belong to them. Yeah, man.
Digital oil, and the oil was used for what?
Used to, in the scriptures, someone would take it all to be a perpetual servant.
There he is. So a lot of you ninjas want to be perpetual servants to Esau, man.
Yeah, man. And I was actually thinking this recently. I want to start calling it a digital oil more. To be like, it's hard for them to clip that. And also, it's a very, very accurate word. It's a digital oil, literally. Like, it's like, you know what I mean, man? Like, it really gives you, again, it makes you circumspect more. Oh, so it's so this. And it makes you think about, so trying to do this. I don't know, it's just, it's a word. Sometimes you gotta really have some, very specific words, man. It helps.
I'll be surprised if this video stays up for too long.
You reckon?
Yeah. Any video on this topic longer than 10 minutes tends to get, but it is what it is. It's the will of the Lord.
That's right. It says, but is the rapidly growing sector dangerously out of its depth? Certainly Baltimore appears to be. Walletmore, I'm sorry, I keep saying Baltimore. Oh, I keep saying, but I want to. Today Money Mail can reveal the firm, which has featured on both the BBC and Forbes, has been plunged into controversy after it emerged it had misled customers. And I guess it's health and safety concerns. Yeah. I mean, like, you gotta be a complete fucking idiot not to have some concern of someone fucking incising something inside you, bro. What the fuck?
If the professionals say it's good, it's good enough for them.
Yeah, especially these women, they think like that. Yeah, I trust the doctors and stuff. I trust all that. Bitch, why?
Enough Jake as well.
Yeah, because of course. Jake moves hella feminine anyway, man. Of course he does. He might as well fucking, again, this video is probably not going to let me say too much. Now it says, overnight customers in the UK had their accounts shut down. Everything got shut down. The result, some have been left with totally redundant chips under their skin. Alright? Mad. That is fucking mad. Though Walletmore insists it is looking at ways to reprogram already implanted chips for futures. Oh, by the way, this is so if they do want to, that's the thing. They want you to take it. All your records of your health, of anything to do with you, is going to be in it. And if you try to fuck with them, poof, then all their shit's gone and you're fucked, according to this world. I say according to this world, but really, if you take it, you're done. You're done for. So you're fully, all the way, 360, fucked. All right, that's all you're gonna read here. Let's get the script.
This recent article I was going into.
Yeah.
It says the charagma are becoming increasingly. Let me tell you what it is as well. It says man's trust with machines, how cyborgs, people with microchip implants are taking over the world. It says charagmas are becoming increasingly injected into humans. These charagmas can do everything from unlocking doors and processing payments to storing C19 Max Records. You know, so they're pushing it out. You've got that. So when they bring all the lockdowns back, the restrictions in place, oh, this is a very convenient thing for me to have. Then I don't have to get this document and have that, and I can pay with it. I can unlock my door. I can do this. You know, so they're really pushing it out, and they've seen enough articles. And you've probably seen enough articles yourself, brothers doing videos on it. They're pushing, oh, it can also help with this. Oh, it can also help with that. It can also help paralyze people. Yeah, so then when we come against it and say, no, it's wicked, it's what? So you don't want to help people? You're against paralyzed people.
Fucking hell.
Getting their sight back. Sorry, getting their, you know,
ability to move back.
That. And then blind people getting their sight back. Yeah. Deaf people being able to hear. You lot are wicked. Yeah, so you can see it's perfect, man. It's absolutely perfect. And all manners of, you know, perceiving it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's get the scripts. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and we're going to go straight to verse 16. Oh, you got script?
You can get that.
No, get that. You know? Yeah. It does make sense here. Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. The he is that indeed, when you go to verse 11, it will say, and I behold another beast coming up out of the earth. And it's basically that's as the Apostle Ariamla was going to, this is now, again, still the revival of the Roman Empire, but it's now gone and it's expanded and it's now been established the way it is by the establishing of America, Babylon the Great.
And, you know, verse 1 is talking of the ancient Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire.
Right.
And then verse 11 is, of course, that revival.
Right. Because remember, verse 1 says that beast had 7 heads and 10 horns. When you go to the 4th beast in Daniel 7, that says that this beast specifically had 10 horns, when it was talking about the beast that stumped the residue, right?
It's not Islam.
Yeah. It's yeah, fucking hell. Revelation 13 and 16 again. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. Let's look at this word charagma before we move on. This word charagma. I'll play it. Strong's G.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma.
Right. Charagma. Now, when you look at these, no, I'll read it. A stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. So let's just touch on that one, okay? To make it as clear as possible, I don't think, is it even accurate to say the word stamp? Can you get the word stamp, Abakusha?
This is the word stamp from the Etoms, or Etim Online, etymonline.com. Stamp, it's not that. Stamp noun. Let me see. Okay. Stamp noun, mid-15th century, instrument for crushing, stamping tool. From stamp verb, especially instrument for making impressions. 1570s. The meaning, downward thrust or blow with the foot. Act of stamping is from the 1580s. Now here we are. The sense disappeared. Come back. Come on, man. The sense of official mark or imprint to certify that duty has been paid on what has been printed or written dates from 1540s. It was transferred Salahia 1837 to designed pre-printed adhesive labels issued by government to serve the same purpose as impressed stamps. So here it says rubber stamp brand, which it is a brand kind of postmark.
Yeah,
so sort of.
It's I just want to make sure. It sort of is. It's not as clear. It is a stamp. But it's not a stamp that's only outward, that has no incision involved. But let's keep reading. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. But really, the scriptures go into many Antichrists. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 18. It says, little children, it is the last time. And as you have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists. So look, there's not one specific person who's an Antichrist. Yeah, there might be there is, of course, there's
levels to it.
Yeah, like there's still a modern day Pharaoh who's a ruler, right? Who's like the top Antichrist. Okay. Now, again, it says even now there are many Antichrists. So it's not one specific guy, regardless. So whereby we know that it is the last time, and that's what John had written that long ago. So I'm gonna go back here for the word charagma, which is translated to M to the A to the R to the K. So again, it says stamp or imprinted mark. It says that thing we just clarified, and then it says the mark branded upon horses, and that would be something that does go into your skin to a degree, I believe. Does it not only pierce necessarily, it just sort of burns on the skin.
What's that?
A brand upon horses that people do.
Yeah, but it does, because it burns, it does go in a tiny bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like an etching.
Yeah, I get
Like
you. I
a
get
burn
you.
etching.
Yeah. Now, it says a thing carved, sculpture, graven work. So it is talking about something graven.
What's an example of that? When you go into that word charagmati in
Acts 17 and 29. For as much then as we are the offspring of the Most High, we ought not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold, or silver, or stone, right? Idols, basically. Now it says graven by art and man's device. Now, the word is indeed, you guessed it, charagma.
You can go into how it's conjugated.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It'll say it here, because this, as you can see here, it says charagmati there. All right, charagma is the root.
So you've got something that's graven, and then it's engraved into you, right? So it's a graven work, which means it's a what? It's an idol, right? Which is the Greek word is what? Eidolon.
Okay. Oh, might just go ahead. Yes. So this word charagma has a root word. All right, root word etymology from the same as harax. This word harax goes into a pale or stake, like a wooden stake, right? A wooden a plank,
Palisade.
a wooden plank that has an edge to it that you pierce through and cut through. Then it says a palisade or rampart. This is pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. Yeah, it's translated to trench once. And what is the trench referring to? It's referring to creating a border, right? Hey, and go even deeper, you do it to do what? You do it to show what to mark your property, right? So you harak something to show this is your property. This is like what you own. Yeah. So it borders what your property is. And a palisade, like a palisade is what we would have. We would be trenched about in our kingdom. We would have palisades around us. You know, that's like when it talks about the Romans go against our walls, basically, you know, like around our those compass the walls of Jerusalem. That's what it's talking about, going around the borders that we had to mark our land. So
in the ancient world, you didn't have border control. You didn't have my man sat there, yo, yeah, you can come through. No, where's your passport, brethren? You'd have a wall, right? And then you'd have people that would let you in or let you out. Yeah, so that's why it talks about as a man that has no rule over his spirit is like a city without walls. That means anyone could just walk in and fuck about, you know, and change your act and say one thing to you, and because you're so emotional, you'll bug out. Yeah, you'll have no control over yourself. Like a city without walls. So, yeah, so when this, if you check out any documentaries, the siege of Jerusalem, 70 AD, there was numerous walls. There was this part of a wall, and then you had to get into this part, you know, and we sort of fled from one part to the next, and we shut the wall. That once that was sieged, you know, we went into this other part, and then of course we eventually ended up getting destroyed. But ultimately, the walls in ancient kingdoms used to have walls. Yeah, that's why Babylon's known as the city of unwalled villages, as well as the promised land.
No, say that again.
Babylon's known as the city of unwalled villages, as well as the promised land. It's known as that. Babylon's not the promised land. The promised land is as well known as the city of unwalled villages.
Yeah. Right. So again, pale stake, a palisade, a rampart, a pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. And you know, again, to mark properly, just like the harax is going to go to the burin, like the graven tool gravers use. Wherever you do blacksmithing, you're a welder. You might use it as well if you're a welder for fucking whatever. And you're pushing, not really, but you know, you're going to use that to push and carve through your property. Right? Again, it's an awl, it's a digital awl to mark what is, again, a possession, a perpetual slave unto the damn devil the Bible speaks of. So, yeah, you know, so it goes into stuff sharpened to a point akin to, it says grapho, which goes into the word writing, to write.
You get into that word telegraph earlier, that's what I thought. You know, why? Because it's going to have all your writings on there. Like like they told you, oh, it can have your medical information on it. It can have your cards. But what's that? It's grapho, it's writings.
Think of whatever, technology-wise, things that people have stored as data using technology. It'll be incorporated into that fucking thing, man.
You got that monkey that my man did, Dr. Octavius. as the world calls Elon Musk. He had the monkey play ping pong or whatever. You know, as you've said before, you'll have Jake playing 2K on it. This is sick. I can play 2K with my head. Hell yeah. You know, it's going to persuade many. It's going to cause all, as it's written. It's not going to cause literally all, but it's going to cause a severe number of people. That it's going to be like unto everyone having it. And if you want an example of people going along with the crowd, just check the C19 Haraks. Or as we call it, the Mac. How many people took that?
This is the book of Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in the right hand or in their foreheads. And now you know what it's referring to, and this certainly is what it's talking about. This is what people are going to use. This is what you can see they're trying to slowly and surely push out as the new, as part of the NWO, man, the Novus Ordo Seclorum, or New World Order, to scan the hand on the forward and some shit, so they can tag reader, so they can then pay, or they can then even work for them to even get paid. Because again, selling also goes into selling services, which I actually haven't read yet. I'm sorry, verse 17. And I know man might buy or sell, right? And again, if you're trying to be a smart and say, well, guess what, nigga, I don't sell nothing for a living. Well, you do. You sell your services. Yeah, man, you sell your fucking time for these fuckers, man. What do you mean? So again, and then no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And when you go into stuff like the name of the beast, because like when you have a woman and you penetrate her, and then you mark her in the manner of, you give her your seed, right? You know, you penetrating her is you actually how to say it? Her part of her taking your name, right? Because she takes your name, you take your surname, right? Sex certainly is marriage. And marriage goes into a man having a woman as a possession. She is actually serving him. Okay, a woman is a female servant. You look into it on the etims. Oh, sorry, my fault. On etimonline.com, guys. All right, so, and then no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so the reason why it says the name is because you're saying he is the one who's penetrating you, and he's now your master, man. He's the owner.
There's a scripture that talks about how the Heavenly Father Yahawah is our husband, that we have not known him. Now, when you go into that word, no, you die. That's the same word that was used in Genesis 4. Talking about Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived. Yeah, so we've not consummated that marriage. Yeah, so we've not been spiritually penetrated. But he wants to physically penetrate the Lord's woman. 2 Corinthians, 11 and 2 says the Apostle Paul said, I have presented you as a chaste virgin. I'm jealous over you with godly jealousy, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahawashi. Right, so that's the relationship, the serving relationship.
It reads, and here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66, and a score is 20. So 3 times 20 is 60. Therefore, 660 and 6 is the number. Okay. And it's the number of the beast because his number is, because it ain't just a number. All right. So this word stigma, or as he'll say, chai. Why does he say that? Is he?
Strong's G 5516. Chai, Ksai, stigma. Chai, Ksai, stigma.
You heard it. The fuckers all over the place because the pronunciation was the way I did it. And really, when I was learning Greek as a Greek scholar right now, I look up and that is how you pronounce it. But either way, it's fucking Greek. Chi, Xi, stigma. Alright, so when you get to this word, Xi, it's actually a Greek derivative of the Hebrew letter Sa, or what they call Samek or Samak. Because Samak actually goes into a peg, something that you then you dig into the ground for the purpose of establishing a tent, a tabernacle. So when you see this word here, when it goes into Chi, all right, or in other words, it's talking about again Haraks once again. And in fact, this letter is of course in the word Haraks.
And what does it say as well? X marks the spot.
Right. Stigma is the last letter, and it's actually a word. Stigma. Oh, look at that root word etymology. Always have to bring this up as well. From a primary stizo, which means to stick or to prick, i.e. prick. You prick.
Because Esau's a prick. It makes all the sense in the world. No, because he's trying to prick something in you, he's trying to stick something in you, man.
Alright, stigma means a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. Once see again, it keeps going into cutting in, digging in. They're doing all this, like, they're showing you this is what they're about, and some of you brothers, man. So it reads, a mark pricked in or branded upon the body to ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, in brackets, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to, and there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. And really, when you're taking the charagma, you're actually saying he is your God, man. You're perpetually his servant. He's your master. He's your God, your judge, your ruler over you if you do it. And he's making himself a God. And if you conform to his new world order, you're basically conforming to the idea, man. Oh, and one more thing to say, like it says when it goes into soldiers, that's a big thing to remember. What did I say earlier about the video of the soldier? Soldiers, they're like, I don't know the quote. Do you know the quote? Some individuals talk about how they're like, basically, soldiers are like, well, I'll say it, man. They're fucking big time slaves for E, because they're willing to fucking put their whole life on the line to fucking fight for his system, which is a high level of fucking, yeah.
This is the word for chai, right? That first word in that 666, whatever you call it. So it says chai, 22nd letter of the Greek alphabet, representing a ch sound. The letter is shaped like an X, and so the Greek letter name was used figuratively to signify such a shape or arrangement, as in chiasma, two things placed crosswise, chiastos, arranged diagonally, marked with an X, chiason, to mark with an X, to write the letter X. And that's really the main thing.
Main thing right there. Alright.
And then also I've got, I don't have anything on that.
Okay, nice.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Alright, so this, and I said, if any man worship the beast, alright, now the beast referring to Rome, okay, and when it goes into the image, it's talking about the likeness, the icon, as we're going to see here. Trying to test myself here. Okay, hey man, I failed, but sometimes you gotta lose to win.
You gotta lose the battle to win the war.
So this right here, the word for image is icon, which means an image, a figure, a likeness. Because basically an image means something that resembles something. Like I like to always say this, when you look at pictures of the Eiffel Tower and then you go, it ain't the fucking same, man. An image, a figure, a likeness, an image of the things, the heavenly things. Like when people make images for their idols of the heavenly realm, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now it says use of the moral likeness of renewed men to God. Because in other words,
like it says, Yahawashi is the image of the unseen power.
Okay.
That's why I said, when you see me, you see my Father.
Right. It simply means a likeness or resemblance. So, we get the point. So when it goes into the resemblance and likeness of the beast, its image is basically its philosophy, its doctrine, the manner of life that people of the Roman doctrine would actually, would do, basically.
The image of the beast isn't talking about
these dogs
Caesar
gonna
Borgia.
fucking... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So the image of the beast isn't talking about Caesar Borgia.
Yeah.
What do you say, sorry?
No, these dogs don't bark loud, I thought. Surprisingly, they haven't been there. But as it reads here, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand. Because really, when you take the charagma, you're worshipping the image. Yep. If you're worshipping the image, you're doing it. It does go hand in hand to a degree, but it's written that way to be very specific of like what is what, You
can't take the charagma without worshipping the image.
Right.
Without worshipping the beast.
Right. And again, there are going to be some heathens that are not going to take it.
Revelation 14 and 10.
Go verse 4 and keep doing muzzle.
Verse 9 again.
Yeah, what?
9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation.
So they're going to drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. They're going to drink the cup of wrath. But it's likened unto wine, which is poured out without mixture. So you got some heavy, strong drink, right? Yeah, man. So typical you get one like that. But oh, no, actually, well, you get port wine. I've had port wine that's like 20%. In the buckle, right? And that legitimately was fucking very strong. And let's imagine it's super strong. You get some overproof stuff. You get some of that, it's like some of that rare nephew. That shit fucking fires you up inside, right? So imagine
Benjamin 70% rums and lick off your chest.
Yeah, man. In Puerto Rico as well, Aparium, they get stuff like 90, 80, something like that. So it's ridiculous. Yeah, man. I think they call it, I don't really call it, but it's basically like moonshine, like different types of rum. That's what they're on in it. Anywhere in the area, that's what they're on basically. And that's a good example. If you ever just get a chance to like have a shot of any of those type of things, you'll be like, okay, fair enough. Now I get why.
But when you have those drinks more time than strong drinks like vodka, whiskey, you know, a lot of people will mix vodka with like orange juice or something like that.
Yep.
But this is saying without mixture, so you're not got a chaser, as Jake would call it. You're not drinking it in a chaser. You're having it pure. You're having it unadulterated.
No mercy, basically. You're getting the judgment that's come to you without any holding back thereof.
There is.
All right. Now it says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Let's get that word indignation. Where is that? Yeah, indignation. So this word orge means anger, the natural disposition, temper, character. What? Anger, wrath, indignation, of punishments inflicted by magistrate. It goes into wrath, anger, whatnot.
And that word as well, character, goes back to character.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, if you check in the Vulgate, that means to make. Because when you have a strong character, what does that mean? You made an impression on someone. That's really what it means. You've got a strong character, and so it's pierced them or whatever. So when someone's got a character, now character, of course, you know, there's a literal meaning and a metaphoric meaning. But you know, the Lord is going to press and make his impression known among these nations, man.
Revelation 14:10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Heavenly Father, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
There you go. So those who take the charagma, all right, they're gonna have to taste it, man. They have to taste the wrath, all right. Babylon the Great's gonna get caught up with that fire, and everyone who's taken the charagma in there, it may sayonara to you, man.
As I often quote Elder Apostle Gabar saying, the only thing coming out of Babylon the Great is the elect. You know, and that's a profound statement. Now, obviously we know it, but when it's put like that, you think, man.
Yeah, because bro, there's so many fucking people there. It's such a fucking big ass place. But hey, man, full of abundance and merchandise. But it's all gonna be fucking Audi 5000.
Fine wood, and all manner of vessels, and this and this and that, and slaves and souls of men. Right, and if you take the charagma, you're selling your soul, man. For what? For a more convenient way to get cash out.
And really,
a convenient way to open your door, so you don't have to look up on your phone your medical records. What's really the agenda here, man?
And really, when shit gets real, it's gonna be because he is gonna really enforce it. He's not gonna be persuasive. He's gonna come in with wrath.
Revelation 12:12.
Yep.
Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
There's also, where's that one written in Job?
Job 20, I believe he's talking about. And the way he's going to come with that wrath, again, his blessing is the Wapo Zapo. He's going to come with martial law. And martial goes into pertaining to Mars, which is a Roman idol of war. So again, it keeps showing you how Romanized this fucking world is, man.
So martial arts is what warlike arts.
Right, and it's very much like Romans. What do? They have a Colosseum. You go to, I've never been to UFC event, hopefully, I don't really think I should, even for just say, because the thing is, it's not unlawful to go necessarily. It's just like, you know, it's a weird environment to be in, to go somewhere like that, because you're literally in a fucking modern day Colosseum, you know?
Because that's the most Roman-like, probably,
Yeah.
Gladiators and shit like that.
Yeah,
But
for
also
sure.
NFL, NBA, it's all in the Colosseum.
Yeah,
Where did they get that from? Rome. And where did Rome get it from? Greece. Yeah, we're touching on at camp about theatron. Yeah, the theatre, the amphitheatre, amphitheatre, however you say it. You know, it's all from why do they call it? They call it a Greco-Roman system. Now, Greece and Rome are two different empires.
Yep.
Yeah, but they call it Greco-Roman because it's acknowledged that these were the same people, the same biblical nation. Read Genesis 25:25. As Yahawah would say, the red man of Genesis 25:25.
This is the book of Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, like his own feces, man. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. There you go, man.
I was thinking this, Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Right.
So if this man is not going to live, well, literally live, but his kingdom is not going to live beyond any time that the Heavenly Father ordained it.
There you go.
He's not going to be, oh, maybe if I stretch it out, maybe if I do this, maybe. He might think that. He might rebuild. The Heavenly Father will throw him down.
Right, because again, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. He is bound by the time that he is able to keep ruling, you know? Again,
the kingdom is bound by time. Guess what? The kingdom, Yahawashi's kingdom, is not bound by time.
That's right.
It's an everlasting kingdom, which in the book of Daniel it says forever, even forever and ever.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. And people are unable to see it because he's a devil. He's a deceiver. He's deceived the people to believe that he's all about the people, man. I'm all for the people. I'm all for y'all.
He's a how the fuck do you say? A philanthropist. A philos meaning love, and anthropy or whatever the root is, anthrop something goes into human. So he loves humans. He doesn't love humans. He pushes out humanism because it's beneficial for him certain times, but he really doesn't. If he's really a humanist, why is he still doing war? I thought you loved humans, irrespective of everything.
You love humans. So you love humans, but you thieve everyone's stuff. You fuck up everybody. You fuck up. You fuck you basically.
You love humans, but if a ruler gets in office that you don't like, cool. I no longer love humans. Now I love most humans. Well, guess what? The Lord loves a certain group of humans, and the Lord hates a certain group of humans.
There you go.
It's not love for all and hate for none.
Anthropology is a study of humans, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Studying the let's find the root of what is it? The actual anthropod or something. Is it pause?
Yeah, no, it's good. No.
It's going. Alright. Anthropo, before a vowel, anthrop, word forming element meaning pertaining to man or human being, from Greek anthropos or anthropos, man, human being, including women. Right, just as it says daughter of Zion. Yeah, well that's speaking of us being as the Lord's wife. If you talk about daughters of Zion, yeah, that's speaking about the women. So anthropos is an inclusive term, including women, as opposed to the gods. From andra, that's where you get the term, oh, they look androgynous. You know, they might look like a woman, they might look like a man. But I think the word aner in Greek means man. Oh, there it says attic form of Greek aner, man, as opposed to woman or god or a boy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even have a scripture really. You know any scriptures?
No.
We're under here. We know the point was made. I don't know what side this video was edifying. This short video of just over 49 minutes. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, rucha kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. Shalom, barakat, laha, bachayar, hagawaya, yasharala, meaning peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.